cooking that is moist. Because all of these methods include water, they are referred to as moist cooking. Blanching is likewise reliant on hot water. It's a classic way for preserving the vibrant color of vegetables while still maintaining a crisp, tender texture. The item is immersed in light salted boiling water for a short period of time, usually 1 to 5 minutes before being immersed in an ice bath to cease the cooking process. The salt adds flavor while also preserving the vibrancy of the colors to your food. If you're unfamiliar with an ice bath, it's a huge bowl filled with water and ice cubes. When hot food is placed inside, the cooking process quickly stops, giving you greater control over the final texture of items, such as vegetables. Boiling, a common introduction to moist cookery. It is the process of heating water to 100 degrees Celsius. This causes bubbles and movement in the water, which is why some recipes advise you to bring the water to a rolling boil. Rice and eggs are commonly boiled. Poaching is the gentle cooking of foods in water or stock. Around 70 Celsius is usually common for smaller pieces. There should be no bubbles on the surface tension. This method is frequently used for delicate meals that might be ruined by boiling, such as fish. When water or other cooking liquids, such as broth, are simmering, they are slightly below the boiling point. Although there won't be as much movement as during boiling, there should still be some bubbling. Simmering is commonly used in the preparation of vegetables, soups, and sauces. When steaming, boiling water is used to steam the meal, but it is never submerged. The ingredients are instead placed in a steamer, like a bamboo basket that is suspended above the boiling water. This permits the steam to fully cook the meal without any of the flavor or nutrients being leached into the water. Steaming is a common method in most Thai cuisines of cooking rice, cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli and cauliflower, as well as fish. Before you actually start any cooking, you need to prepare your ingredients. Your recipe should explain what size you should aim for when cutting up your ingredients, whether it's a small dice or a big chop. When a large component, such as carrots or onions, is chopped into large, flat pieces of identical size, it is called a slice. The slices might be thin or thick, depending on the guidelines in the recipe. Chopping is by far the most prevalent method of preparation. Because chop is a pretty broad term that doesn't necessarily relate to a size, you can presume that chop means to cut similar-sized square pieces that are around 2 centimeters in size, unless otherwise advised. When chopping a more delicate meal, such as greens or herbs, directions will frequently include a modifier such as finely chop, which means to chop the food into extremely small bits, or roughly chop, which means to chop the food into bigger pieces. Dice means to cut food into small, accurate square-shaped pieces. When cooking, a diced component, such as onions, will frequently break down more easily, allowing it to be distributed more evenly in the finished meal, rather than having a mouthful of just one component. If your recipe does not mention the size, a fair rule of thumb is that small dice are around half of a centimeter, medium dice are 1 centimeter, and giant dice are 2 to 3 centimeter.